wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Rosalie. Welcome to the Ultimate World Music Reaction Channel, all about music, reactions, psychology, encouragement. I'm happy that you're here. I want to find out who Bo Burnham is. Bo Burnham. Shout out today to the Daz38. Suggested I check out his song All Eyes on Me. Shout out also to Pessimistic420 for awesome comments and support on the YouTube channel. I'm going to check out All Eyes on Me. 35 million views from his Inside album. Bo Burnham, what can we find out about him? Is from Massachusetts, Hamilton, Massachusetts. Born 1990. That's about it. Robert Pickering, also known as Bo Burnham, August 21st, 1990. You guys have suggested that I check him out. A lot of the comments I think were coming in my response, in my reactions to either Ren or NF. So it sounds like many of you who really like meaningful topics, meaningful lyrics, artists that dive deep, you were recommending him. So let's check it out. All Eyes on Me from the Inside album, Bo Burnham. I hope I'm saying his name right. This guy got over 3.5 million subscribers. This song particularly viewed 35 million times. But I saw there's songs of his out that have been viewed so many times. There's one called Welcome to the Internet, 117 million. Sheesh. Maybe I'll do a separate reaction for that. I'm curious. As always, like, share, subscribe, and here we go.
Get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seats. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
There's something that sounds familiar about this. Wait a minute. This sounds familiar. See, Knox Hill did a reaction to this too, it looks like. And it says he won a Grammy for this. Even the snippet of his voice sounds familiar. Let's start over.
Get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seats. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seats. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Are you feeling nervous? Are you having fun? It's almost over. It's just begun. Don't overthink this. Look in my eye. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Come on in. The water's fine. We're going to go where everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody. We're going to go where everybody knows. Everybody knows. Get your fucking hand up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Hey, go on. Get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Yeah. Heads down. Pray for me. Heads down now. Pray for me. Get your fucking hand up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. You want to hear a funny story? So, 5 years ago, I quit performing live comedy because I was beginning to have severe panic attacks while on stage, which is not a great place to have them. So I quit, and I didn't perform for 5 years. I spent that time trying to improve myself mentally. And you know what? I did. I got better. I got so much better, in fact, that in January of 2020, I thought, you know what? I should start performing again. I've been hiding from the world, and I need to re-enter. And then, the funniest thing happened. Are you feeling nervous? Are you almost over, it's just begun. Don't
His
overthink
voice is
this.
dope.
Look in my eye, don't be scared, don't be shy. Come on in, the water's
I got
fine. You
goosebumps.
say the ocean's rising like I give a shit. You say the whole world's ending, honey, it already did. You're not gonna slow it, heaven knows you tried. Got it good, now get inside. We're going to go where everybody knows everybody knows everybody. We're going to go where everybody knows everybody knows. Come on, get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me, all eyes on me. Hey, come on, get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your
Wow.
seat. All eyes on me, all eyes on me. Yeah, heads down, pray for me. Heads down now, pray for me. I said, get your fucking hands up. Get up, get up. I'm talking to you. Get the fuck up. Get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Hey, fucking get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Yeah, come on. Hands down. Pray for me. Hands down now. Pray for me. I said, get your fucking hands up. Yeah. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I have heard this song before and I don't know where. Was it clips that were being used for reels or stories or the full song? The video looks like the audio sounds like at a concert, right? People laughing, responding, clapping, as if he recorded the audio at an actual concert. Could have just been set up that way. The video gives off a feel of him in a room somewhere with the lights, him recording himself with a handheld camera or a phone, especially towards the end as he says, put your heads down, get up, get your hands up, get them effing up. And this aggression of, I said, get up. It gives you an insight inside, pun on the album name, fitting, an insight into his mind a little bit and that turmoil. It gives off a vibe from a psychological standpoint to me of turmoil, of distress, of loneliness. Him all alone in that room. His voice is dope. What a talented singer. Of course, there were effects on the voice which add to the character of and the effect of what he's doing here. But and the catchy hook, right? Like that'll get stuck in your head. You can sing along. I've said this in other videos. When you have a good hook like that, as a songwriter, as a producer, as a singer, you're good. You add a good beat, you add some solid lyrics, add a beautiful voice or effects, right? Songwriting 101. Amazing catchy hook. The idea here, however, of the lyrics, all eyes on me, and the message behind it to me is pretty profound because where at first glance it could sound like all eyes on me, get your effing hands up, party, right? You have a lot of artists who, and part of it is just the brand. It's just because they either like the attention, they want that adrenaline rush of thousands, of hundreds of thousands cheering and listening to them. But it also sometimes is just part of the show, part of the brand, right? To be all hyped, to be flexing, right? In rap or in rock or in different genres where you want to show what you got. Sometimes even without flexing in your lyrics, you're flexing, doing crazy runs, showing what you can do with your skill. You want to showcase your abilities. But this idea of, yo, get your hands up, let's party, right? Like, let's shout, everybody holler. When I say, you say who? That's not how it goes. Who? Like, what is this? Sneezing? Bless you? What? Choo, choo. But you know what I'm saying? Like, a call and response. I say what? You say to whatever. I gotta stop. But you see what I'm saying? Like you engage with the crowd. It adds to the experience of those who've paid to come see you. It gets people involved. Psychologically, that's powerful. It adds to the emotion. There are different things that are evoked in us emotionally when we're listening to, say, an unplugged, stripped version of something, right? Just a guitar player or piano and a vocalist. There's a different effect when you're in a crowd, you're bouncing up and down or windmilling together, or a mosh pit, everybody's bouncing against the other, or You're all jumping to the beat, right? You're there together to celebrate an artist you all love or someone who has touched your life in a certain way. You have a connection with people you've never met, and may never see again after that point. Different concerts, different setups will impact us differently psychologically, but the band, the artist, can feed off of that. Here at first glance, it could imply the same thing. All eyes on me, get your effing hands up. But to me, especially after he says what he says in that little interlude about how he used to be in comedy and his panic attacks, it sheds way more light into mental health, in my opinion. It sheds way more light into this world we live in. Both, and I saw this in the comments where people were talking about what the pandemic did to people, right? The loneliness, the isolation, that increase in use of the digital world, social media, virtual learning, online meetings, you name it. People were getting lonelier, more and more isolated, and mental health is a serious matter. And while it's being less stigmatized in certain places where people are becoming more open minded to what that means and there's more help available than back in the day, it's still, if we're not careful, not treat it properly, right? We have one extreme where it's not talked about or people are shamed for having issues, or we have the other extreme where it's romanticized and glorified and made to be trendy or used to create viral videos. Both of those things are not healthy. We have to have a healthy way of talking about it. And here, this song to me is way deeper than just, yo, all eyes on me. This is not to me at all some type of artist giving us some narcissistic flexing song saying, get your hands up, all eyes on me. I think it more sheds light on, for one, the pressure as an artist, as someone who's put on a pedestal by others, who is expected to get everyone hype. We're expecting these celebrities, artists, people, from politicians to music to movies to ads to social media. We're expecting people to make us feel better, right? We want them to get us hype. We want them to say, get your hands up, all eyes on me, right? Because a lot of times it takes more work to look internally and to work on ourselves. It's easier to be distracted and to say, oh, you should have not done that. And you need to say this when you refer to me. And you should not do that. And we're looking for the world around us to fix what's rough inside. And that's not the right approach. So on one hand, I'm seeing here an artist shedding light on that pressure. Another way to interpret that is shedding light on what we're doing in this day and age. It's very time relevant of a song. This idea of the world we live in where it's all about that, getting our hands up, partying on the seats. People are just like, yeah, woo, all while this person on stage, little do they know, is having a panic attack, is struggling with mental health. So it also sheds light to me on this idea of the loneliness that comes with mental health, especially him being alone, the video at least, from what it appeared, in that room. Not shying away from saying, yeah, I started having panic attacks. I had to disappear for a while and work on me, and I started getting better. And when he said, and then a funny thing happened in that segment there, and people laughed. I don't know if that was intentionally inserted for the irony and the comedy purpose, or if that actually happened at the concert, that people responded with laughter. But to say something funny happened right after working on himself and trying to put himself back out into the world, it makes me wonder, was that funny thing the irony of life that he then ended up having another panic attack right when he thought he was ready to go back out into the world? Or is the funny thing that he realized, you know what, I'm actually done with comedy, let me do music instead? Whatever the funny thing was, life is quite filled with ironies and comedy, but there is a great need for us to talk about mental health because we do put people on pedestals. There's just this need to address those things. Even the lyrics, are you feeling nervous? Are you having fun? It's almost over. It's just begun. It was powerful how he looked at the camera just perfectly. The way that the lens was set up, the way that it was focused on his eyes and his face, so close up, personal. And then the way that he looked at the camera as if he's looking straight at you made it very personal. It gave it almost an eerie vibe. It gave me almost a sense of reverence. The vocals sounding amazing, that effect on his voice. But such a powerful way to shed light both maybe on his own mental health, but also speaking up for those who have struggles, right? This idea of asking, are you feeling nervous? Are you having fun? Because that's happening. People are going to concerts, they're going to events, we go on social media, we're living our lives, and many people behind closed doors or behind their screens or even in the crowd are lonely or hurting, are feeling nervous. They are having fun, but they're nervous, right? It's almost over, it's just begun, which is powerful because when you have anxiety or a panic attack, on one hand, it may be comforting to think, okay, it's almost over. You almost made it through. But at the same time, if you don't want it to end and you're having a good time, you want it to have just begun. It's a powerful play on this idea. It really depends on how you're looking at it and who you are and how you're coming at this. Don't overthink this. Look me in the eye. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. And that too, maybe this idea of human connection, look me in the eye, connect with someone when we're hurting. There's something powerful about looking someone in the eye, connecting with them. The water's fine, right? On one hand, could sound like this lure, come in, the water's fine, right? But at the same time, might be also a comforting way of saying, hey, you're going to be okay. I'll hold you. Come in, the water feels fine. Don't be afraid to swim. Don't overthink it. Look me in the eye. Let's connect. I know what it's like to have anxiety, to have a panic attack, to be afraid, or to be maybe drowning in this crowd of people that are throwing their hands up. Get your effing hands up. Then switching from get your hands up to heads down. Pray for me, right? This play on words with up and down. Pray for me, right? When someone is struggling with mental health, they may ask for prayers or positive thoughts. And then the aggression, I'm talking to you, get the F up, right? This switch suddenly from fun, chill, party vibe, yeah, party with me, to do what I say, respond to me, interact with me. But again, not coming across as some artist being narcissistic saying, yo, I'm all that, put your eyes on me. But more in the sense of, hey, I'm trying to be in touch here. It's a powerful, very profound song, very different ways to interpret it. And just super catchy. Very, very profound lyrics. A lot of ways we could interpret this. But I feel like it's way more profound than just someone saying, put all eyes on me. There's a duality here of all eyes on the artist, all eyes on someone. Sometimes also feeling like everybody's watching you when you feel like you're going crazy or you feel alone or you're hurting. It feels like, do they know? Can they see what I'm struggling with, right? You are afraid of the people watching you. At the same time, maybe a desire for someone to look at you, a desire for someone to notice you. All eyes on me. Could somebody please pay attention? At the same time, something therapeutic and comforting about someone saying, look me in the eye. You know what I'm saying? Like just a lot of just, ooh, really, really good. I like this a lot. What did you think? Comment below, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next ride. Ayo!